What's happening, everyone? My name is Adrian, and welcome back to
What the Pun?
This here is a Michael. We're off to Farnborough, so follow us and see what we're getting up to today. Okay, so myself and the Michael, we've arrived in Farnborough. We are at the fully charged electric car festival, so it's a bit different from the typical car events that I would usually visit. Like arriving here, getting out the car, immediately you can tell it's not quite the same car event, because usually when you go to car events, like, you would straight away be able to tell because you can smell the fumes of all the other cars in the area, whether it's all the racing cars and whatnot. So it's a bit different. The air is much cleaner here because there's literally the smell of electric cars, which is not emitting any horrendous fumes. So myself and Michael, we're gonna have a walk around and check out what there is to see. Okay, so that was basically it. That's what we saw at the fully charged electric car festival. Thoughts? What are your thoughts? Did you enjoy it, Michael?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a new experience. I mean that's the reason I wanted to come. I've not really sort of looked into EVs that much. So yeah, it was a nice intro. We'll probably get onto a little bit more about
Okay.
what we.
Yeah, it was a nice turnout. I mean, there was a lot of big name manufacturers, companies there hosting at the event. So as well as converted electrical cars. So you had like a lot of classic cars on show. These companies that convert classic cars to electrical cars on show, which is really cool, nice to see. And then as well as electric motorcycles and commercial electric vehicles as well as the passenger type of electric vehicles. So and a lot of electrical companies, charging network companies, all sorts. So it was a very big turnout. So you can see it's car events of this sort is progressing forward. I can only imagine they'll get much bigger as time goes on. Kind of like the typical car events where there's a lot of not only cars on show, but there's detailing companies, lots of product companies out there. At the moment, there seems to be a lack of other sort of like companies out there that are catering to electric cars at the show. It only just seems to be like charging companies and at home stuff, basically, right?
Yeah, I mean it did seem very much like a sort of show for kind of people who already have EVs. It was, I mean it's a tough time for kind of companies at the moment. I mean there's not really been too much that's been sort of released. I mean there was a few companies that had kind of new cars that were really quite interesting to look at.
Oh yeah, it was cool seeing I think there was the Kia. I think that was the highlight for today.
Really
that
nice.
Which was, it had a prototype label on it, but it's pretty much looks like the finished package, to be fair, which was really cool. And then the other one was the Hyundai.
Yeah, I must admit those two companies have definitely kind of showcased a lot of what they kind of have in future. It's interesting, but yeah, I mean the other companies, it's exciting to see what happens there. So.
Exactly. So I mean, in some way it was a little bit underwhelming because there wasn't, it felt like for the price we paid for the tickets, it was like almost 20 almost close to £30. It didn't feel like you're not getting your money's worth, basically. I kind of felt like, but it's at the end of the day, I think that's affecting a lot of events this year anyways, because of what's happened with the pandemic last year. A lot of these places that host events, they had to bring up their prices, so it's in theory it's affected all sort of events anyway. So tickets for a lot of events now recently have been very dear because they've only just been able to host events recently. Yeah, in terms of like, we did look forward to potentially like book some cars for a test drive, but literally it was fully booked in such a short space of time. Like we have, I think we was only there like half an hour, an hour, and then a lot of places the test drive slots were already booked up. So it was a bit disappointing. Trying to get there a bit early just so you can maybe book a test drive for some of the cars you're quite interested in, and then to find out that when you get there, it's like, what? You've only just been open for like half an hour, 40 minutes, and you're already fully booked. So that was a bit disappointing. Don't know how that all works out. It was nice that there was also, like to mention, there's two theatres, one outdoor, one indoor. They host different sort of things there, which was cool. We didn't hang around for that, but there are things going on, but just you can basically, I think, like spend an hour, 2 hours, and you pretty much see everything really.
Yeah.
Anything else, Michael?
No, I mean it was a nice day out. I did think it did showcase EVs quite well. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that was kind of sort of shown, like you said, but all in all, I think it was good. I think it was nice to see that they're kind of integrating it into the old cars. Obviously, that's one huge thing for a lot of car lovers. They don't want to get rid of sort of prized possessions. So having that option of it, I mean, that was actually probably one of the busiest areas, actually.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so it's cool to see. I mean, I saw my beloved MX-5 there, which was really nice.
I'm going to drop maybe a photo around here of that EV MX-5, EV converted MX-5. It was kind of cool, but I preferred the other classic stuff that was on show. Not quite the MX-5. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining me today, Michael. It was nice spending some time with you. And Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell. And for today, that's it. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.